Good morning, everybody. My name is Brad Mihelic, Operations Section Chief for Great Basin Team 3, with your operational update for the Middle Fort Complex on August 29th. First, we're going to start today. As you can see, we've kind of broadened our map here. The reason for that is we have multiple other fires in the area nearby our complex here. So we had a pretty significant increase in fire activity in the region yesterday. So we're incorporating these fires on our map because some of their operations could start affecting our operations in the future, specifically with the goat fire, as it's kind of moving south into our area. So some of the operations we have going on are going to need to be coordinated with other fires. So there's some incident management teams on these other fires that we're coordinating with every day to ensure our operational objectives make sense for each team. So with that, we'll start on our Middle Fort Complex. Yesterday, a good day yesterday overall. We did have the most activity we've seen in a week or so, but everything went really well, and all of our strategies and tactics are still valid with all the fire behavior yesterday. So we'll start up here in Division Delta. Yesterday, these folks finished up all the structure protection in the Silver Creek Plunge area, as well as the Boiling Springs Forest Service cabins. So that is complete. Our systems have been tested and in place. We also sent some folks up here to Silver Creek Lookout. There's a lookout up here to assess that lookout and develop some trigger points when we would start implementing some structure protection up there. And the plan is to just structure wrap that lookout if needed. Coming down south along the 671 road, this indirect line we've been talking about for the last few days is continuing. Still a couple of days of work left there until we can tie it into the Rattlesnake Trail up here and then back to the 671 road. Moving down into the west side of the Bulldog fire. This that's been hung up on the road for multiple shifts now, still looking really good. No issues through here, as well as down at the southwest end here. Over in Lightning Creek that we've talked about recently, this is still looking really good. Got into some lighter fuels, and we were able to keep that checked up with aircraft. No real issues with this. Yesterday we saw a pretty significant push in this area as well as our spot out here, but like we've been talking about, that's no real concern for us as we're anticipating these fires growing together and no real values at risk out here. Coming down on the south end of the Bulldog fire, we do have crews in this area putting in some indirect line through this area and tying it back down to DP19 of the Nelly fire, and that's going to prevent this piece here in Lightning Creek from moving south and hooking to the west to impact any of the communities over here. So this operation is still ongoing in here today. Coming down through the community corridor here, we still have our structure protection group out there. Pretty much same operations going on out there. They're still just ensuring we got everything dialed in the event we have any western movement of either fire. Down through here along the Highway 17 corridor, we have a contingency line that's been going in for a couple of days down here. We've got that completed from this Helispot 59 down to the highway corridor. Up in here from DP 59, where we're going to put this line up to the Little Anderson Creek Road, we have what we call resource advisors in this area. We're embedded with our division supervisors. Moving into the west side of the Nelly fire, we had a big operation go on in here yesterday that we've been talking about for a couple of days. We had that fire that pushed into the Spaghetti Bowl 2 shifts ago that we were able to hold here. So yesterday, with that anchor point that we had here, we were able to fire off of our indirect line here, pull fire all the way down to the Highway 17 corridor. We had crews work well into the evening last night till about 10:30, completing this operation. So that was really advantageous for us as far as any western progression coming this way. So today we'll have crews up in here mopping up what we did yesterday, ensuring this all holds in place. Continuing on up north of the northwest side of the Nelly Fire here, we're going to have crews in here completing some indirect line that we got going in here up to DP19. And then Friday, tentatively, we're going to burn this section out to DP19, and if that is successful, will essentially lock in the whole west side of the Nelly Fire. Coming down on the south end along the Highway 17 corridor, this all remains looking really good. Still patrolling and monitoring this and keeping our eye on this piece that's backing down to the highway in Birch Creek. Yesterday, not much activity in here, just kind of creeping through the brush, but we're keeping an eye on that section. Up through Division Oscar, this still is all looking really good on the edge of the Pioneer Fire. We're continuing to monitor this by air. Moving up into the Deadwood Reservoir area, this was another spot yesterday where we had some significant fire growth. Look at 3 to 4,000 acre push yesterday. The benefit we had was our winds up here were kind of out of the northwest, which was pushing our fire to the east and to the south. So all of the work that we've been doing up in here for the last couple of days is still valid. No real impacts to our line on the north end here. Today we're going to continue in here direct off the Deadwood Reservoir into Wilson Creek area, and those operations will continue. We did have some spotting out to the north end here, and we got crews on that, and we're going to start working off the 519 road to encapsulate those spots. But overall, with the big fire movement here yesterday, we're still looking pretty good in that area. All of our spike camps are still in operation. Deadwood, Silver Creek. We actually added one, Tango Spike over here. We'll have crews out here tonight. With that concludes your operational update for today.